Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Andrea Spearman, and this is The Black Landscape, where we engage with emerging and established Black leaders here in the San Francisco Bay Area and beyond. Thanks for tuning in. For our first time listeners, we have moved over to Patreon, where for $10 a month, you'll have access to full length episodes of the podcast, giveaways, behind the scenes content, exclusive merch, and more. Subscribe today at patreon.com/the Black Landscape. So what's up, y'all? It's me, Andrea. I am a light-skinned Black woman with dark brown, natural curly hair that is in twists and up in a bun today. And I'm wearing a long sleeve, light blue and white striped button up with my pink frame glasses. Shout out to all the nearsighted girlies. And today we're here with Duane Forrest. Please describe yourself to the people.
Hey everybody, I'm a dark-skinned Black man. I've got dreads that have been growing for a while. They're sitting on top of my head upwards. I'm wearing a pink shirt because why not? And I've got a watch on that has a blue face.
Nice. So today we're here with Duane Forrest. He's one of the many artists that are presenting work during the San Francisco International Arts Festival. But before we get to that, let's go back to the beginning. Duane, where are you from? Where are you coming from? Where you at?
I was born in Toronto. My parents are from Jamaica, but I was born in Toronto.
Hey.
I live now in Montreal. Yes.
Nice. So that means you were born up in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I think you are the first Canadian on the show.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. What was that like growing up there?
A little strange. I get in that to my show. I guess we'll cover that later. But yeah, it was weird, but also amazing. Canada's not perfect, but a pretty good country to be living in.
So while you were growing up there, what was the community that you were in?
Well,
was it a Black community in that area? Was it a mixed?
Yeah, very much so. So I grew up in what we call government housing, so like housing for like underprivileged families. So yeah, tons of Black community, lots of folks from Jamaica, but also all around, lots of folks from Africa, everything like that. Asian folks, like poor Asians would be in the area as well. And then you have like your token, like, when you see a white person in these areas, they got to be real poor, man. So it was like, you know what I mean? It was like that. So that's what it was like growing up. We have a very strong Jamaican community in Toronto. There's a little Jamaica. You can get Jamaican food, Jamaican hair products, all that. Everything is around. So so that was
Love that.
I had that growing up, but going to school was a different story because there wasn't many Black folks where I went to school, so it was really weird. But yeah, so that was like kind of the general vibe growing up.
Yeah. And that's the case. That's the case for a lot of us Black Americans as well. We grow up in these environments where you have to be one way at home and then another way at school.
Mm-hmm.
How did you start on your musical journey? When did you know you wanted to be an artist? Were your parents artists?
No. My dad was a DJ. He did do some DJing. Right.
Okay.
But I mostly grew up without
Ones
him.
and twos.
Yeah. He was gone when we were like 5, so he wasn't really in my life. But maybe it comes through the genes. I don't know. I started in church. I played drums in church. And we had like an amazing band, like electric guitars, keys, like, harmony, singing, church choir. And so that's where I kind of got my feet wet. But we always had reggae music and all sorts of good music playing in the house, So I was always exposed to it since I was young. And then I saw, man, I heard an album by a man named Jack Johnson. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's like, I think he's from Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's just like chilling out, playing the guitar, just relaxed, And I thought his voice kind of sounds like mine, so I was like, okay, maybe I could do like a music thing. So I was like, I'll give it a try, and that's how I got started.
Oh, Yes. Jack Johnson is great. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of my favorite songs from him is the Bubble Toes.
Bubbly Toes.
Do you know that?
Of course I know. Yeah,
Yes.
it's good. It's a good song. He's a good writer. He's a
That's
good
my
writer.
jam.
Yeah, he's a good
And I
writer.
only heard it because I saw one of my favorite dancers like dancing to that. I was like, wait a minute, now who is this man that's jamming out? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
the simple. I was like, okay,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. And you feel
Mm.
like you like kind of have that same vibe when it comes to your own music, or what do you feel like you lean into?
Yeah, 100%. Like when I'm like recording and writing my music, I feel like that would be the
Mm-hmm.
closest comparison, Jack, right? But I do all sorts of things. But like just my personal taste for my own recorded music, yeah, is that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you had to put a label, a genre label, how would you classify your own music?
Yeah, that's been tough over the years, man, because I travel a lot, so I have a lot of influences, you know. If I had to
Mm-hmm.
do it, I would say like folk, reggae, soul, fusion, sort of something like that. That'd be the best way I could do it. But I love bossa nova. I love samba. I like singing in different languages. Yeah, so it's all there.
I love that for you.
Mm.
What is the Tree of Dreams?
Yeah, so I'm here for the San Francisco International Arts Festival, and I've got two shows. And Tree of Dreams is a show about my experiences growing up as a kid in government housing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kind of tell some of the stories that happened to me. And it's a story about this boy, me, who has forgotten how to dream because life can do that to you sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
and this tree, and we had a tree in our backyard where I grew up, a big, big tree. And uh, for me, the tree is sort of like the universe, like God. And the tree watches over the boy and like kind of pushes the boy along to get him back to the place of dreaming. That's what the show's about. And it's I do music. I have some like effect pedals that I do things with my voice and the guitar, and I work with puppeteers that help me actually build the show. Yeah, so there's Sid and Connor, who are from Moondog. Their company's called Moondog, and they help me to animate the scenes. So there's like object storytelling, puppetry, and then we have a live camera that sort of cinematically uh, films what we're creating on stage, and in the same time projects it to the screen, projects it to the big screen so you can see it big, the miniature big. Yeah, so that's that show.
Nice. I love that. I had not read that part that you were working with puppeteers. What was
Yeah,
that process like? How did you? That's my. How did you bring those folks in, or know that you wanted to add that extra element to
that
this
element.
performance?
Yeah, well, I've always been really curious about puppetry, object storytelling, projections. I like bringing different mediums into the theater space, um, all of it,
Mm.
dance, all of it. And I met them in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. That's where we connected the first time. Yeah, and they had brought a show there that was really great. It was called Book of Dew, and it was very, very creative. And I had my Bob Marley show, which we'll talk about next. And we were like venue neighbors, and
Mm-hmm.
we both did really well. Both of our shows had sellout runs in Edinburgh, which is really hard to do. Yeah, and we got connected there. We started seeing shows together, just hanging out, you know, talking about theater. And then I said, "Hey, would you guys be interested to help me make this idea I've been sitting on for a while? It's kind of weird." And they said, "Yeah." So I came to San Francisco a year ago, and I spent 2 weeks with them in Stanford at Stanford University, and I just brought them what I had. I said, "Hey, this is my show." And then we worked on it together and shaped it up. And then we did a workshop version in the San Francisco International Arts Festival last year. And since then,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's where we first birthed it. And since then, I've been around the world with it, trying different things, working on the story, different configurations. And so I'm back now working with only one of the two puppeteers this time, Sid. It's like a bit smaller show and a little more tight. And yeah, can't wait to share it with y'all. Mm.
Yay! Okay, and so that's the first show.
Yeah.
On what day?
That's so that's May 1st and May 3rd. On because today's the 30th, right? Yeah. So May 1st and May 3rd at Theater of Yugen. And it's at 7:30 p.m. I believe on both days.
Awesome. And then what's the other show you mentioned?
Yeah. So the other show is Bob Marley: How Reggae Changed the World. This show I've been touring a lot. Yeah, yeah. For this show's taking me around the world. I've been so lucky. I've been touring it for about 2 years, and it's about like the birth of reggae, how it started. Bob Marley, a bit about him and how he carried it to the world. But really, the story is about how Bob connected me back to us, to our people, because I grew up sort of disconnected from our story, you know, in Toronto. Even at times almost embarrassed of being where we're from, you know? Like the city can make you feel that way sometimes.
Oh no.
Yeah. You know, like racism and all that stuff, you know. And yeah, and just like you know, it's the reason why I have the hair I have is Bob. You know what I mean? Like things like that. So yeah, so that show's been great. So it's a sing along. So I do some of the classic reggae songs. There's storytelling. There's like it's sort of like a history lesson as well, and story, and you learn a bit about my life. It's a good vibe. Like people leave feeling pretty warm and fuzzy inside, but it's also challenging. Like I get into our story of even how we got to the Caribbean, right? Like a lot of people don't really know the story of slavery, and so that's a part of the show as well.
Awesome. And that is on Saturday, May 2nd.
Yeah, that's tonight. Tonight at 7 p.m., April 30th at the place is called Monkeybrains, and also Saturday at 3 p.m. at Monkeybrains.
Yes. Well, folks, I'm gonna make sure to put these links in the show notes. Make sure you guys tap in and support. So with both of these shows, very different, but if audiences are coming to see you for the first time, what do you want them to walk away knowing?
Well, I think both shows have a different like a goal. For the Bob show, I want you to leave understanding that reggae is a lot more than just smoking weed. I would say that. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't really know that. Like I hope they have a different appreciation for reggae, but not just reggae, the story of the Jamaican people, you know. The other show, Tree of Dreams, I want you to leave that show believing in those little dreams you used to have. You know what I mean? Those things that you thought you were going to accomplish, or you know, the big dreams, the small dreams, but you gave up on them because of whatever. You know, life. You know, family. You know how like life can be difficult and make it hard for you to keep dreaming. But I want you to leave thinking like you're going to take another try. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Even the smallest of dreams, we have to get back to that.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I think so.
All right, folks. Well, thank you, Duane, so much for being here. Again, this is part of the San Francisco International Arts Festival. You can catch Duane this weekend, so make sure you get tickets. I'll put the link in the caption in the notes. Thank you so much for being here. Any final words?
No, just thank you for making time to speak with me. Sorry, it's been hard to get each other, right? I was going between time zones and stuff. It was really tough, but I'm glad you made time. And thanks. And just keep doing your thing. Keep doing your dream.
Thank you. I am living it.
Yes.
Well, thank all of you out there for listening and supporting another season. Again, leave a review of the show on Apple Podcasts or leave comments on our YouTube page. This has been another episode of The Black Landscape with your girl, Andrea Spearman, where Black excellence is always trending. Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Andrea Spearman, and this is The Black Landscape, where we engage with emerging and established Black leaders here in the San Francisco Bay Area and beyond. Thanks for tuning in. For our first-time listeners, we have moved over to Patreon, where for $10 a month, you'll have access to full-length episodes of the podcast, giveaways, behind-the-scenes content, exclusive merch, and more. Subscribe today at patreon.com/theblacklandscape. So what's up, y'all? It's me, Andrea. I am a light-skinned Black woman with dark brown, natural curly hair that is in twists and up in a bun today. And I'm wearing a long sleeve, light blue and white striped button up with my pink framed glasses. Shout out to all the nearsighted girlies. And today we're here with Duane Forrest. Please describe yourself to the people.
Hey everybody, I'm a dark-skinned Black man. I've got dreads that have been growing for a while. They're sitting on top of my head upwards. I'm wearing a pink shirt because why not? And I've got a watch on that has a blue face.
Nice. So today we're here with Duane Forrest. He's one of the many artists that are presenting work during the San Francisco International Arts Festival. But before we get to that, let's go back to the beginning. Duane, where are you from? Where are you coming from? Where you at?
I was born in Toronto. My parents are from Jamaica, but I was born in Toronto.
Hey.
I live now in Montreal. Yes.
Nice. So that means you were born up in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I think you are the first Canadian on the show.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. What was that like growing up there?
A little strange. I get into my show. I guess we'll cover that later. But yeah, it was weird, but also amazing. You know, Canada's not perfect, but a pretty good country to be living in.
So while you were growing up there, what was the community that you were in? Well, like, was it a Black community in that area?